Now that is absolutely beautiful.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7 o'clock business session of the Goldsboro City Council meeting on December 4, 2023. I'm going to call the meeting to order and begin with asking Archbishop Anthony Slater to come and lead us in prayer. That'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you will, stand please.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Before I start praying, I want to say thank you for those who are leaving us for a moment, but still in the community. Thank you for all that you've done. And we shall pray for those who are taking your places to continue to take us to the next level. Shall we pray? Our Father and our God, we thank you for tonight's auspicious occasion. We thank you for those who have come, Lord. We thank you for those who represent this city. We thank you, Lord, for as we go into this next season, that you prepare us to do better and do even more. As the city grows, Lord, allow us to grow as people. And let us be able to work together, Lord, and build and build and be able to support one another. We thank you tonight for the business. We thank you, Lord, for everyone that even is assembled to do their work. And we thank you even as residents, community-based. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Slade. Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated, please. Madam Clerk, if you'll call the roll.
Mayor Ham.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Matthews.
Present.
Councilwoman Jones.
Present.
Councilman Broadway.
Present.
Councilman Gaylor.
Present.
Councilman Bass.
Here.
We're all here, and let me again welcome you to this evening's special meeting. Not a special meeting in terms of title, but special because we are saying goodbye to some of us, and we're going to welcome in some others that you're primarily here for, I'm sure. We should have a fairly quick meeting. I've worked with our council and our clerk, Ms. Laura Getz, to make this fairly quick. So hopefully we'll be out of here about 30 minutes. Last time before last, I think we were here at 9:45, right? So we won't do that again. Okay, so we will approve the next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the work session and the regular meeting of November 2023. Is the motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Have a
Second.
motion and second.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by raising your hand. We do have one presentation tonight. Is Miss Gretchen Reed here? Come on up, Ms. Reed. Yep, bring your group up here. I want to introduce you, and come on up, ladies.
And gentlemen, we have one gentleman in our club.
And one gentleman, sir, come on up. There are so many people in our city that do good things for our city, and they often get recognized for what they do, and others that go quietly about contributing to our city, don't ask for any recognition, and aren't given any recognition. But I know one group that I wanted to get you all to meet, and this is the members of the Evergreen Garden Club. The Evergreen Garden Club was established in 1958 as one of the first garden clubs in North Carolina. Currently, they are 20 members, and they became a beautification partner of downtown Goldsboro in 2012. They began by planting and maintaining a flower bed at the Ashton Center Street roundabout. In 2020, they moved to planting and maintaining 4 flower beds in the medium in front of Bicycle World. Their work downtown at least once a month, and have even donated plants from their own yards to help make downtown a more beautiful place. So I wanted to get an opportunity to present them with a certificate of appreciation. And since this is one of the greatest, biggest crowds we've had here, it's a grand time to do this.
Our shots, put on this.
Miss Gretchen Reed, tell us a little bit about your organization and introduce some of the folks.
Well,
here.
we're a small garden club. Like we said, we're one of the first that started in the state, and we invite anybody else to join us. If you'd like to see one of us, we would love to have some more members. But we were approached about helping the city by John, and we accepted doing it. We enjoy doing it. You know, it's fun and it's nice to, every time we're down there working, somebody says thank you or tells us how good things look, and that makes you feel good. And it's just our small part that we do for the city.
Why don't you introduce your members here?
Okay, my members, this is Michelle Carpenter, Nancy D'Elia, Diane Lewis, Kathy Green, Linda and Charles McClendon, and Jill Mills and Rhonda Gaylor. And just a note, Linda McClendon happens to be the president for the State of North Carolina Garden Club right now. So,
Well, you know, our downtown has changed appearance so much in the last few years. And the landscape is such a big part of the appearance of our city. It changes with the seasons. And these people, along with our city staff, really keep it looking good. It's a every day, every week, every season challenge. But you folks have done a marvelous job as a volunteer organization, and I think I speak for our council, and I hope to speak for all our citizens here in Goldsboro. Thank you so much for the job that you do.
And Goldsboro is known
appreciate it.
for the iris, the city of the iris.
yeah.
And anyone else, you speak if you like. Anyone that want to say anything?
Y'all, go ahead. Come on.
Where's Latoya? Latoya? Come on over here. Some of you come over here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Get closer to me.
Like you love us. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Enjoy doing it.
Like I said, we'd love to have somebody to join us. We can always use more help.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda is our public hearings. Just an opportunity for us to listen to any issues that come before the council in terms of varied matters. So I'm going to start off with Z1723 Belfast Road Operations Center, and I'll ask our planning department representative to come forward.
You're in the next room over. I'll tell you.
This is Mr. Kenny Talton, our planning director for the city of Goldsboro.
Good evening, council. Good evening, Mayor. Tonight, we do have two rezoning that we will share with the board, or I'm sorry, the council. And so we'll start first with Z1723. The location of this property is off of Belfast Road. It is for the relocation of Duke Energy from Arrington Bridge Road to Belfast Road. And we'll go forward. Duke's team members are here tonight. Mayor, with your permission, after my presentation, they would like to make their own presentation with regards to their proposal. Again, subject property is located off of Belfast Road, north side of Belfast Road, east of I-795. And the property consists of 27.7 acres of land. The owners are Mr. Christopher Cox, Wilberia, Inc., W.E. Bud Andrews, Andrews Farms of Wayne County, Inc. The applicant, of course, is Duke Energy Progress. The current zoning of the property is residential 16, general business, and general industry. The proposed zoning is for general industry conditional zoning. The land use designation is industrial and mixed use. The request by the applicant is that they are proposing to limit the use of the property to office space, warehouse space, a covered garage area, and an outdoor storage laydown yard. Here's the property along Belfast Road, shaded in red. You'll see I-795 to the west of the property. Here is an illustration of a concept plan that Duke Energy has submitted for staff review. Again, this is just a concept plan only at this time. I will defer to the Duke Progress team's presentation for they will have a little more clarity to offer in their presentation than we have at this slide. But if you look closely, at the bottom of the slide is a parking lot with an operations center. Behind the operations center is for warehouse storage and a laydown yard that you see going to the top of the illustration. Again, we talked about the existing zoning for the area. Again, the proposed zoning for this area is general industry conditional zoning. The general industry zoning district is established to accommodate the widest range of manufacturing, wholesale, and distribution uses, provided the use does not create smoke, dust, noise, vibration, or fumes beyond the lot line. This district also prohibits those uses that would interfere with the future development of industrial establishments. Surrounding zoning, as you see, it's residential to the north, to the south, to the east, and to the west, with a little bit of general industry in the southern section of the community as well as the eastern section of the subject area. So we have a breakdown of zoning district comparisons based off of the current zoning of the property. If you have any questions, please let me know. The applicant is requesting that the following permitted uses within the I-2 zoning district be prohibited, and they are borrow pits, sand and gravel operations, chemical products, manufacturing and processing, dairy products, processing and packaging, meat products, processing and packaging, petrochemical manufacturing and processing, asphalt paving plants, asphalt roofing plants, and refineries, wood mill products, manufacturing to include lumber mills, wood composite panels, etc. Again, as you're considering this rezoning, conditional rezoning, just keep in mind that the applicant is limiting the use of the property to an operations center to include warehouse space, a covered garage area, and an outdoor storage laydown yard for emergency purposes and other associated uses only. Again, you'll see the current zoning map. You have some zoning general business to the west. We have some I-2 general industry to the east. There is a wood mill on the west side of I-795, west of the subject property. So the land use plan locates this parcel within the industrial and mixed use 2 land use designation. The general industry zoning district is not identified as a corresponding zoning district within the mixed 2 land use designation. Here's our comprehensive land use map showing the property located in the industrial and mixed use land use designations. This rezoning application was distributed to Seymour Johnson Air Force Base and North Carolina's Department of Transportation only. If the rezoning is approved, formal comments will be generated once a site-specific plan is submitted for development. Staff's evaluation and recommendation. This parcel is currently utilized for agricultural-related purposes. The proposed site is located in an area with access to a major highway transportation network. The proposed conditional rezoning for an office space, warehouse, and covered garage area and an outdoor storage laydown yard would be located adjacent to I-795. The proposed use would provide a centralized location from which to deploy personnel, equipment, and resources necessary to conduct and coordinate repairs, minimalizing travel times, and help to ensure quick, efficient, and reliable service during regular service hours or in times of emergency. The proposed conditional rezoning would be consistent with the proposed land use plan, existing zoning patterns compatible with the new commercial development in the area. So staff is recommending approval of the conditional rezoning request based on staff's evaluations above and subject to an approved soil analysis for the installation of an on-site private sewage disposal system or the extension of city water and sewer utility to the site. City utilities to the site are not available. Duke has hired the services of Wayne County Environmental Health to evaluate the soils there for an on-site wastewater disposal system. As of today, we did receive word from Environmental Health, Kevin Whitley, Director of Wayne County's Environmental Health, that soils are suitable for this location. So, saying that again, staff is recommending approval of this conditional rezoning request based off of the staff's evaluations above. And tonight, again, in our recommendation, we did say as subject to an approved soil analysis. Today, we had confirmation that the soils were approved for that type of use. Mayor, do you or the council have any questions of staff regarding this presentation?
Anyone have a question to Mr. Talton?
Okay.
Sir?
Mayor, I'll turn it over to Duke Energy's team, Miss Amy Kraut. You should do the next slide. Mayor.
Next slide.
After she speaks. Oh, okay. Let me make an announcement. This is a public hearing, so anyone that wishes to speak can come forward and speak for or against this proposed rezoning. Go ahead, ma'am.
All right. Good evening, Mayor, council members. My name is Amy Kraut. I'm an attorney at Smith Anderson. I'm representing Duke Energy in this rezoning request. With me today is Kevin Lee of Duke Energy and David Bergmark of McAdams. They're both here to answer any questions that you might have. First, I always like to thank city planning staff for the work they've done to get us this far, and Mr. Talton did a great job giving a good overview, so I'll kind of skip through some of the slides and hit the highlights here. So first, just a little bit about the purpose of this rezoning request before going into the specifics about the details. The purpose of this rezoning to request is to facilitate the development of Duke Energy's Operations Center for the region. The Operations Center will include a laydown yard and a storm staging area. So essentially, what are these? The Operations Centers are essential to Duke as they are the base of operations for distribution maintenance crews that repair the electric grid and restore power in emergencies. The Operations Center includes office space for Duke employees who will be working hybrid, and includes a warehouse in place for approximately 30 linemen to meet and gather equipment before heading to work out on the lines. The hours of operation for these operation centers are typically between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. except during emergencies. In terms of a laydown yard, a purpose of the laydown yard is to store material and contractors' equipment in a central location that are required to construct any project or maintain the lines. This includes buckets, trucks, poles, nuts and bolts. Importantly, there are no energized materials stored, and there's no active construction within laydown yards. For a storm staging area, that's going to be in the back half of the property, about 3.5 acres. These are the temporary areas used during and after storms to store additional equipment, provide fuels, meals. Oftentimes you'll see these in vacant lots or grocery store parking lots after a storm. So this gives Duke an additional built-in option on this site to use it for those purposes. In terms of project need, currently Duke's Operations Center is south of the Goldsboro City Center. It's located at 350 Arlington Bridge Road, about less than a mile away east from the highway. This is only a 6-acre property and is currently located in a flood zone. Importantly, about 3 times since 2016, this property has had to been restored after serious flooding, impairing Duke's ability to serve the region well. So relocating the Operations Center supports a stable energy system and facilitates quick repairs to bring the energy grid back online in the event of unforeseen power outages, as well as to prevent power outages during periods of required scheduled maintenance. So it's an important investment in the city and the region. Planning director went over this. Here's an aerial of the site. It's approximately 27.92 acres and is comprised of 4 parcels located off Belfast Road at the intersection of 795. It's ideal in size and location with more space to serve the region and good access to the highways. Again, current zoning to proposed zoning, we're proposing I-2 conditional zoning and limiting the use to an operation center, which would include the office space, warehouse, covered garage area, laydown yard, and storm staging area. We have gone ahead and prohibited the heavier industrial uses that are typically allowed in an I-2 district that were mentioned previously. Here's the concept plan of the site. I'll move through this pretty quickly, but just give you an idea. This isn't a full site plan, but we're happy to answer any questions that you may have about it. So zooming into the front, we have an 8-foot street yard buffer and 30-foot setback, meeting the requirements of the UDO. The entrance is off Belfast Road into a parking area, and then the operations and warehouse would be located at the front of the site. Both will be about 8,000 square feet. In the middle of the property, we have this 11-acre laydown yard. It will be gravel, and again, you have setbacks to the east and west, protecting the other property owners as provided by the UDO. And in the back is the 3.5-acre storm response yard. In terms of consistency with the future land use map, this area is designated as industrial and mixed use 2. The proposed rezoning and use fits well within these designations, especially as industrial development is encouraged along or and adjacent to major thoroughfares, meeting the comp plan and Duke's needs. Consistent we see with the comprehensive plan as a whole and approval criteria. Again, staff found it to be consistent with current land use plan, existing zoning patterns, and compatible with development in the area. We believe that this proposed use enhances and expands the electrical infrastructure, which is paramount to support the anticipated growth in the region, meeting that overall goal of the comp plan. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have. Otherwise, we ask that you would approve this rezoning with the limited use of an operations center. Thank you.
Does any member of council have a question of the speaker? Does Duke Rep want to speak? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. As I said, this is a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak for or against this rezoning request, please come forward. Anyone wishing to speak? I see one rising to speak, so I'll close the public hearing on this matter. The next item is Z 1823 Board and Meal Loft Residential. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Sorry.
Come on up, sir. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand. And when I said come forward, I didn't see the hand. Pardon.
I'm Chris Cox. I'm one of the owners of the property that's being asked to be rezoned.
Okay.
So I'm just here to speak for the rezoning and my address. Do you need my address?
The clerk will get it.
104 Twin Oaks Place. I'm fully in favor, of course. It'd be nice to have the operations center in the heart of Goldsboro. I've done quite a bit of research as far as if I asked myself, would this be a good place for it? And if I brought some pictures I just wanted to show you. May I? This is just a simple sign. It's adjacent to the property. It's about 20 feet tall. It's been there over 10 years. And it speaks for itself. There's an adjoining property there that's been industrial for as long as I can remember, 30 or 40 years. Somebody came in and they fixed it up nice, put a nice new sign there about 10 years ago. So it's got an industrial park on it. So as far as it being a good location, I think it is. And with the sign being there for a long time, most people already think it's industrial anyway. So just wanted to point that out. If they have any questions for me or Mr. Andrews, who owns the other eastern part of the property, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Anyone else wishing to speak, please come forward. Raise your hand. Okay. I see no one coming forward, so I'll close the public hearing on this matter, and we'll go to Z.
Whoa.
Oh,
Is there a motion to approve?
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm trying to rush through this thing.
It's okay.
Okay, so we do have two motions that we have to consider. There'll be no other people coming forward. Is there a motion to approve and adopt the ordinance to approve with the inclusion of the consistency statement, or is there a motion to deny with the inclusion of the inconsistency statement that deems this rezoning request to be inconsistent?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve
And second.
and a second. Any discussion on the part of the council? If not, all in favor of the motion to approve the ordinance change, please raise your right hand. Okay. Motion's complete. Thank you. Now we'll move to Z18 for the third time. Board and Mills Loft Residential. Mr. Talton.
Yes, sir. Mayor, I'll be real brief tonight. This rezoning request, again, is Z1823 Board and Mills Lofts. It was a request for rezoning, a conditional rezoning for 141 multifamily development complex to be located at the northeast and northwest side of the intersection of Royal Avenue and North William Street. The applicant has recently informed us within 2 hours of this meeting that they are seeking a continuance of the public hearing with council approval. And if you will, I'll be glad to read their statement with your permission. The applicant, Adventuring One LLC for Board and Mill site rezoning, is requesting a continuation of the public hearing. Please remove our matter from the December 4th, 2023 council agenda. Our team expected to have a key piece of due diligence for this development at this point in time. However, this piece of information is still outstanding, and we feel we cannot confidently move forward with this rezoning. So at this time, without even going through a presentation with the council, they are asking that this be continued to a certain date, and that the public hearing remain opening until that certain date. At this time, they did not give me a date that they would like to consider coming back before the board, so I would like to request that that date be the first regular scheduled meeting in January of 2024 of the new council, with your permission.
What date was that, Madam Clerk?
January 8th.
January 8th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Council, is there a motion to continue this matter to January 8th?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second. Any discussion? If not, signify by raising your hand. Okay, matters continued to January 8th.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
And thank you, council.
Thank you, Ken.
At this time, we move to public comment period. This is a time when we allocate 30 minutes for public speaking. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone?
Don Halliday.
Mr. Halliday, and while we allow 30 minutes total, each speaker is allowed 3 minutes. The clock up on the wall there, Mr. Halliday, you're very familiar with this, so I don't have to explain it to you, so go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council.
Good evening.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your work during this past year, and look forward to the new council. And I hope I haven't been a pain to the council. But the new council, you can please expect that I will be a pain. We have problems in this city that need to be corrected. And our goal at some point is to have the city of Goldsboro declared by the governor of the state of North Carolina as the model city for the state of North Carolina. That's the goal that we're going to work on. We're going to hope that the city will support us in the work that we're trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Halliday. You always come here with a point of interest to us and to the city that benefits the city, and I appreciate you. I'll miss seeing you, but I know you will be back.
I'll be back.
Thank you, sir.
The next speaker, I can't read the last name, but I think the first name is Clark.
Good afternoon, sir, or good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, councilors.
Good evening.
I want to thank you for all the work you've done in the 4 years tour. Some of you 4 years, some a little bit less than that, some a lot more. And a few things that you did in the past 4 years have been really great for the city. A couple of things got left out, of course, because time and money and budget, interest has gotten in the way of some of them. And I really want to speak, I want the new councilors to hear me, but since I have to speak through you, I'll speak through you. I'm sure they wouldn't miss this meeting for anything, so they'll hear me. There's two things that I've seen in the city that you've missed. And that's what I call the inner city, which is at the end of the pretty part, the first 2 or 3 blocks of downtown, and out about 10, 12 blocks in all different directions. And in what I call the inner city, the streets and the sidewalks are abysmal. I didn't know that for a while, because I went to the grocery store and I went to town and did a few things. I didn't drive all over town. My new business, I drive all over town, all over the county. And I saw things I'm just ashamed of. The condition of the road surfaces, the conditions of the sidewalks, where we have handicapped people in their wheelchairs driving in the street, competing with the traffic because the sidewalks are impassable for them. That's a shame. A lot of things were done. You made downtown pretty, nice sports park out there. Even contemplated multi-million dollars to build a new building up in Herman Park. Thank God you forgot about that one pretty quick. Budget's always a problem, but I believe interest is the biggest problem. For decades, a street that I have property on had roots of trees growing 8 or 10 inches over the sidewalk. They've been growing like it for decades. The city council, the former city manager, people who drive to work, people in their wheelchairs had to go in the streets because they couldn't get past them. Former city manager a few years ago responded to a serious complaint of neighbors who put together an organization and asked me to speak for them, to speak to the town, to do something about those sidewalks in that area. Uh-oh. And they did. It took them a year to build one block of sidewalk and get the trees down, but it happened. This city council is done, but the new guys, girls, that are probably behind me someplace, I hope they heard what I said. You need to spend your time thinking about the streets and sidewalks of the inner city. Thank you.
Okay, we have no further citizens signed up to speak, so I'll close the public comment period. And we'll go to the city manager's consent agenda.
All right, sir. Consent agenda items E and F are presented for council approval.
You've heard the two items. Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to approve consent agenda items E and consent agenda item F.
A second. Madam Clerk, if you'll call the roll.
Mayor Ham,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Matthews,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jones,
Yes.
Councilman Broadway,
Yes.
Councilman Gaylor,
Yes.
Councilman Bass.
Yes.
Okay, the consent agenda items are adopted. We'll move, we have no items requiring individual action, so we'll move to the departing comments by our council members who are stepping down. I'll start off with Councilman Batts.
Thank you. First, I want to thank to all our city managers and his staff. Thanks to all department heads. A special thanks to my fellow city council members. Also, a special thanks to the citizen of Goldsboro. And last but not least, I hate to call names out, but thank you to our city clerk, Ms. Lord. You've been a blessing to me when I first came on, and I really appreciate everything you have done for me daily. Thank you so much.
Our longest-serving member, Councilman Broadway.
I've been here 12 years, and I'm going to be a little longer than that. And I want to start out, I'd like to congratulate the new city council. I think everybody worked hard, and it shows in this council and how hard you worked. And I'm just excited what's going to happen with the new council. The next item I'd like to say is just, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve the city of Goldsboro for almost 12 years right now. And when I started, my wife was really mad at me, and when she died, she was even madder. But it's been a wonderful experience, and Goldsboro is a wonderful place to live. I came here in 1991, came out of New York City, and was, what in the world am I doing here? And have lived here ever since. It's a great place to live, and I'll say a little more about that in a minute. I want to personally thank some people. It's been a hard 3 or 4 years for me, and Marshall, you and I have lived through it. Both of us lost our wives to ALS, and we had some people to really support me. And I just want to thank Jim and Peggy Womble, Richard K. Cook, Dave and Denise Taylor. They kept me in the middle of the road. I want to thank Kay Allen. We were both caregivers together. She with Chuck, who sat on this dais right here, and me with Ann. And lastly, Lee and Roy. Thank you. I really appreciate what you did. The other thing I want to thank is just like Brad, is the employees of the city. And we call Laura Radar. Laura keeps us all out of trouble. If you want to know something, then Laura will keep it. But we also got some people. We got some police and firemen who are there every day for us. And we don't pay them like we should. But hopefully we can fix that. That is something that we need to take care of, because they're going to take care of us. Yes. And the public works people, we don't thank them enough. And it's just 480 employees, and we need to thank them every time we see it. I just can't say enough good about this. The last thing I wanted to say is I see challenges for this council, and one of them is the old train station. We're going to have an opportunity with rail coming in to build something as great as we can, as this gentleman says, in the outer part of the city. We can do the same thing to the west of this city with that rail and the train station. There's hope for that. The other thing is development. We've got to be positive in the way we build this city and the way we get the industry in here. And I think that's important. And the major factor for that is going to be our water and sewer plant. And so it's easy for me to say, but I think they need to raise taxes so we can do it, but that's their problem. and the last thing I want to say is we need to treasure our Air Force and take care of them every chance, not just for the money, but for the people that the Air Force brings to this community. It is so important, and that is, to us, for us, the real treasure. Because a lot of them retire here, and look what we got, and we have a great diversity and great talent in this city. So that's kind of my last thoughts, but thank you for letting me serve. It's been enjoyable. And Chris, you got it.
I've known Bill Broadway for many years. I knew his wife, good friends of ours, and a true gentleman. And when you go last, most of the things you want to say, or some of the things you want to say, has always been said. So I'm not going to be redundant except to say 2 or 3 things. As Bill said, our city employees are just absolutely wonderful. I spoke about them earlier this evening. Our 480-plus employees that provide the services that makes this city go, supports you, and so forth. I'm extremely proud of them. And Laura, I've bragged on you so much, I hate to say anything else, but I am going to say, she's everything that Bill said and more. She is a true friend and a very, very, very efficient professional clerk. And I really do appreciate our relationship and what you've done to me. So I'm going to come back to my notes here and say, it has been an honor to serve the citizens of my hometown, Goldsboro, North Carolina, for the past 8 years. I grew up in the city and attended and graduated from our public schools. I worked downtown in retail during my high school years. I've seen Goldsboro when it was the shopping center of Eastern North Carolina. And Goldsboro was at its best of economic times when every retail building downtown was occupied, when industry and commercial businesses thrived, when jobs were plentiful. And I've also seen its worst times. Economically, when many retail buildings were empty of merchants, and Center Street was just a long stretch of asphalt, empty of cars and people. I have seen the reopening of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base and the diversified population, culture, and economic impact it has brought to our city. I proudly support our Air Force family. I have seen the effort of individuals before me whose vision to revive our city were sometimes challenged and ridiculed as wasteful and careless spending of tight resources. But I've also seen those visions overcome the challenges and ridicule, and today their visions bear the fruit of what you see now in our city. I have seen the varied economic and racial diversity of our community change and how we now communicate, interact, and work together in a more harmonious way to achieve a better Goldsboro. Improvement, yes, but finish, no. Today, Goldsboro is amid a major revitalization. Millions of dollars of private and public funds are being invested in both commercial and industrial enterprises in our city. Residential building investment is up at an impressive rate. People are moving here daily. Countless employment opportunities are being created. City leaders before me and along with me have been entrusted by our citizens to plan, execute, and oversee the improvement of their security, economic state, and general welfare. It requires unity of diverse interests and personalities to be successful. It is an enormous task. I came to the City Council wanting to contribute to that task. There have been major improvements in the city of Goldsboro throughout my tenure on the council. Those are not the doings of a single individual, but rather the combined efforts of your representatives, understanding that we must not make Goldsboro better for the few, but instead for the whole. As my time on your city council concludes, I want to say with sincerity that it has been a genuine honor to serve as your mayor. The label of mayor carries with it the responsibility to demonstrate leadership and a sense of responsibility for the citizens you represent. I hope that I have fulfilled those two prerequisites. It is my solemn and prayerful hope that our follower on council continue to make Goldsboro a better community and a place that you and I are proud to call home. Thank you.
So now we are going to do the presentations, right? So at this time, we are going to do the resolution commending and expressing appreciation to Greg Batts for serving as Goldsboro City Council member for 1 year. Ah, yeah, let's do that. Okay. We are actually going to begin administering the oaths of office.
For that.
We will begin with the mayor at this time.
So if I can get Rhonda and Sarah, Charlie, come on up here. While Rhonda's making her way up, I'll also mention that my mother, Mildred Gaylor, is on the wall back here in the back, and while she's a picture, I'm sure she's here in spirit. I have no doubt in my mind. Because Charlie was her pride and joy, of course, her only grandson. Rhonda and I feel very, very lucky to have Charlie, another Charlie, as our only grandson as well. And Sarah is Charles's wife. And we love Sarah, and we're so glad she's here with us. Her parents are also here tonight. And Charles, you're going to be the new mayor's son, and I'm ready to give you the oath if you are. Okay, there you go. All right.
Where's here?
Stage is Latoya.
Where do you want us to stand?
You're fine.
Okay.
Oh, you stand right there in the middle.
Come over here. You want me to move over or stay where I am? I'm okay. I'll come over here. Let the microphone pick you up. I don't think I'll need it.
Project.
That do it? Okay. Charles, at this time I'm going to administer the oath of office of mayor of Goldsboro to you. And I'm going to ask if you will please respond that I will or I won't, depending upon what the oath says. I'm looking for I will, so that's just to let you know. So, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution and the laws of the United States?
I do. I will.
Do you solemnly swear that you will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of North Carolina and to the constitutional powers and authorities which are or may be established for the government thereof?
I will.
Do you promise that you will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States, to the best of your knowledge and ability?
I will.
And do you promise that you will faithfully discharge the duties of your office as mayor of the city of Goldsboro, so help you God?
I will.
Charles, it's your honor. Go ahead and have a seat, and I'm going to sit back down over here.
Could you have my water?
Sure, Mayor.
Since we're sliding down. Ms. Getz, who will you be doing next?
Do District 1.
Perfect. Wonderful. All right. We'll do that one after. So that need a drink of the
Official now, brother.
Perfect. Mrs. Getz, we'll now move to swearing in Ms. Hiawatha Jones, Councilwoman District 1.
I have my daughters, Maia and Jania.
Mr. Mayor, my name is Carolyn Thompson with the North Carolina Court of Appeals, and I have the honor of swearing in tonight Councilwoman Ms. Jones, and her family's here to support her. May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Where would you like to stand? Okay, I'm good. Stand here? Okay. Good? All right, who's going to hold the Bible for you? If you will place your hand on the Bible, raising your right hand. The other one. I'm going to say I, and then you'll insert your name. Right hand.
Right hand.
Okay.
I was right. Yeah, you're right. I was right. I thought I was right. Okay. My right hand. Yes. Swear me in, girl.
I, and then state your name,
I, Hiawatha Jones,
do solemnly and sincerely affirm
do solemnly and sincerely affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States,
and laws of the United States,
that I will faithfully bear true allegiance
and I will faithfully bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities
which
are or may be
established
for the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability,
and
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as council member for the city of Goldsboro. So help me God.
So help me God.
Amen.
Love you, girls.
Ms. Jones. You may take that now. That was yours.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Getz, please proceed with swearing in District 2.
I have my sister and Angie and my father Gene come up. My daughter has taken ill with a fever and a cough and all this good stuff, and so she's not going to be able to be with us tonight. So I have my sister and my dad and me.
Put you between us.
Okay. You want to do it?
Yep.
Mr. Mayor, good evening and congratulations. I'm Will Bland. I'm Senior Resident Superior Court Judge here and a proud resident of Goldsboro and a proud resident of District 2. And it is my honor to introduce and swear in Chris Boyette. And just as that he did before you, if you'll repeat after me and insert your name where appropriate. I state your name.
I, Chris Boyette.
Do solemnly and sincerely swear. Oh.
Sorry.
Thank you, Jesus.
I hope this sets the bar exactly where it needs to be.
Taking it from the top. I state your name.
I, Chris Boyette.
Do solemnly and sincerely swear.
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws
that I will support the Constitution and laws
of the United States.
Of the United States.
That I will be faithful.
That I will be faithful.
And bear true allegiance.
And bear true allegiance.
To the state of North Carolina.
To the state of North Carolina.
And to the constitutional powers and authorities.
And to the constitutional powers and authorities.
Which are or may be established.
Which are or may be established.
For the government thereof.
For the government thereof.
That I will endeavor to support.
That I will endeavor to support.
Maintain and defend.
Maintain and defend.
The Constitution and laws of said state.
The Constitution and laws of said state.
Not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States.
Not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office.
As council member for the city of Goldsboro.
As council member for the city of Goldsboro.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay.
And my wife. All right. Your Honor, if you and Councilman would sign.
Son? Councilman Boyette?
Spin cycle. Congratulations. There's two copies. One's for you and one's for us. Yeah. It's you. Madam Clerk, if you'd please proceed with swearing in District 3's council member. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Now we go.
Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, if you please proceed with swearing in District 3's council member.
Are you?
So I have a very large family. Can they all come up here?
Yes.
All right. Come on up, you guys. my husband and my sons and my daughters, my grandson.
As they come up, quick review. Left hand, right hand.
Just a little nervous, that's all.
Councilmember B. Taylor is also active in the court system, and she does a great job there, and we appreciate all she does there and that she's doing for the city.
Thank you. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good. We can step forward. We'll have to have insert you.
Left hand on the Bible, right hand up.
Slide aside.
I mean, it's only right I go up there and get it wrong too.
No,
one band, one sound.
Ready? I state your name.
I, Nancy Taylor,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers and authorities
and to the constitutional powers and authorities
which are or may be established
which are or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
that I will endeavor to support,
that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws of said state,
the Constitution and laws of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as council member of the city of Goldsboro.
as council member of the city of Goldsboro.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Councilwoman Taylor.
Yes.
Okay.
Sign that first.
The one in the blue is yours.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be back.
OCD shiny.
All right.
Madam Clerk, if we please proceed with swearing in the council member for District 4.
Mr. Mayor, I'm Erica James, District Court Judge. Pleasure to be here this evening. And I am honored to do this for Councilwoman Brandy Matthews. This is special because when she was initially sworn in, I did the swearing in, so I'm honored that she asked me to do this again. And you have your parents with you tonight.
And my brother Eric.
And your brother. All right. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Brandy Nicole Matthews,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution and laws of the United States.
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
That I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities which are or may be established
which are or may be established
for the government thereof.
for the government thereof,
That I will endeavor to support,
that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of said state,
of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
And that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
as council member
as council member
of the city of Goldsboro.
of the city of Goldsboro.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
There's two of them. Here's a black pen for yours. And a blue pen. Thank you. Just a matter of time.
Madam Clerk, if you would please proceed with the swearing in of the council member from District 5.
Thank you.
Hello, Mayor, City Council, Representative John Bell here to administer the oath of office for Councilwoman-elect Weeks.
All right, so my
you got a big crowd.
dad cannot be here tonight. Mr. Broadway, I think he's watching from heaven with your wife, and they're both proud of us, okay? This is my husband, Rick. This is my mother. This is Mr. Ray, if you don't know Mr. Ray. This is my son, Tyler, my daughter, Macy, and on the back is my son, Torian, and Uncle Jimmy, Aunt Donna, and Shirley. All right, we're ready.
All right, let's go ahead and get the hands right, so that way we get there. And I don't know about you, but the last time I spoke in front of a bunch of judges, I was in a redistricting lawsuit in court, so that was a pretty good one. But barely just take this moment in. This is the opportunity where you get sworn in, and as soon as this is over, as soon as this is over, this is where you get swore at. So just always remember. I'm going to ask you to state your name and then repeat after me, and we'll move forward. State your name.
Beverly Weeks.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
and sincerely swear
and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution and the laws of the United States,
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities which
and authorities which
are or may be
are or may be
established for the government therefore,
established for the government therefore,
that I will endeavor to support,
that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of said state,
of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my ability
to
and
the
knowledge.
best of my ability and my knowledge.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as council member for the city of Goldsboro.
the duties of my office as council member of the city of Goldsboro.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
We did it, right?
Make it official. There you go. Yeah, just leave the brick. Perfect. All this stuff will get lost.
Different looking at you from over here. I don't get to see you out here. I get to see you out here.
All right, real modest.
And Madam Clerk, if you would please proceed with the swearing in of the council member from District 6.
My daughter, my grandson, and my fiance.
Could just be the best for last. Just say, y'all do a good job. All right.
That's all right. That means we're gonna be a great council.
All right.
That's what that means.
Repeat after me. Sorry. I, Roderick White, I state your name.
I, Roderick Cornell White,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws
of
the United States,
the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities which are or may be established
for
the government thereof, that I will endeavor to support, maintain, and defend the Constitution and laws of said state, not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
the best of my knowledge and ability,
and that I will faithfully discharge
the
duties of my office
as
council member for the city of Goldsboro.
council member of the city of Goldsboro.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Appreciate that.
lever on the right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all. God bless you all.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, your counsel. All right. So, Madam Clerk, please proceed. Your picture. All right. Everyone, if you would like to, there are still some ceremonial documents, and there's one other large decision the council has to make. If, however, you would like to exit now, I know some have bedtimes that they're trying to get back to. If anyone would like to exit while we're getting this picture, now would be a great time to do that, and then we'll return to more formal proceedings.
Just a quick, to hold us over until the group picture. Y'all can sit.
Sitting.
Just sit for now. We'll do a better one next time.
She said sit for now.
We're gonna see.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And a mayor in your house.
You leaving?
All right. Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right, so what you're gonna do is, you're gonna come back, okay.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Mr. Jackson.
He's gonna slide around there. I can't stop him. I can gavel him down and
He can work around.
Yeah, better than anybody. All right.
Y'all go in just a little bit.
There you go, if y'all don't mind.
Miss Jones, if you come in just a little bit.
Yep. And then strike your appropriate pose,
There you go.
your pose of choice.
Oh, don't give me an option now.
Oh, you have options.
Look at Latoya.
What are they gonna do, recall you? Okay. All right.
Okay, Dry Safety, I was gonna offer you to stay tonight.
Good luck.
We're just going,
Always stay in.
ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to finish up with a couple of pictures for posterity's sake, and then we will return to more formal proceedings.
Miss Jones.
Thank you very much.
There. There. We gone there.
All right.
I don't know when he took a picture.
All right, if we could return to some order. There will absolutely be time for more pictures. This is a phenomenal opportunity for everyone here. I will. All right. I appreciate it. I didn't want to have to pull it out, pull out the little hammer the very first time. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move the council into its first piece of business. As you know, every council is made up of 6 council members and a mayor, but one of the council members, as is tradition and as purpose, is appointed to serve as mayor pro tem. And so, from the council, is there a motion to appoint any member of council as Councilwoman Taylor?
I'd like to make a motion for Councilwoman Matthews to
Okay.
continue as Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Okay. That involves significantly less conversation than I was expecting. The motion has been made and properly seconded to reappoint Mayor Pro Tem. Well, the motion that was made was to continue. So a motion is made and properly seconded to allow Mayor Pro Tem Matthews to continue as Mayor Pro Tem Matthews. All in favor? Sorry, is there any discussion?
Is there a term limit, or is there, how are we gonna do?
That's up for the council to decide.
Okay.
It's been historically
Right.
Within the term.
Right.
Okay.
And then next you can appoint a different person as mayor.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
So will that be 1 year as in 365 days or fiscal year end, or what's the procedure there?
It's up for the council to decide. If anyone would like to amend the motion, that's up to y'all. The council, the motion that was made was to appoint Ms. Matthews to serve as pro tem.
And I second.
Okay. So a motion has been made and properly seconded to appoint Councilwoman Matthews as mayor pro tem. Is there any further debate on the motion? Hearing none, we'll call the vote. All in favor, say aye. Or raise your hand. I apologize, Ms. Getz. All opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Mayor Pro Tem Matthews, if you would please join the clerk for the swearing in.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me.
I, Brandy Nicole Matthews,
Do solemnly and sincerely swear
do solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States,
and laws of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities which are
or
may be established
established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
that I will endeavor to support,
maintain,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of said state,
of said state,
not inconsistent with
the
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability,
and ability,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office
as
Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Pro Tem.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That out of the way, we'll move to the city manager's report.
Sir, thank you, Mayor Galen. I have a few thank yous to say as well. I would like to thank the outgoing council members. Mayor Ham, thank you, sir. Councilman Broadway, Councilman Batts, it's been an honor to serve with you gentlemen, and thank you for your service to the residents and visitors of Goldsboro. I'd also like to thank the incoming council. I look forward to working with you. Congratulations on your selection. I'd like to thank the residents and visitors that are here this evening for supporting the outgoing and incoming council members. We look forward to your support going forward. So thank you. And then last but not least, I'd like to thank the city employees who make this time of year very special in Goldsboro, from the parades to Jingle in the Park and anything else going on around here. Your city employees are making it happen, so thank you. That's it, sir.
Thank you, Manager. With that, we will move to a resolution commending and expressing appreciation to Mr. Greg Batts for serving as Goldsboro City Council member for 1 year. Are they watching? There they are. Resolution 2023-92. Resolution commending and expressing appreciation to Greg Batts for serving on the Goldsboro City Council for more than 1 year. Whereas Greg Batts has served this community and the city of Goldsboro in numerous capacities, including 1 year and 3 months as a member of the Goldsboro City Council representing District 6, and whereas his term in office has been marked by exemplary dedication to the best interests of the community as he has worked constantly for the betterment of its economic, cultural, and aesthetic development. And whereas during his term in office, Councilman Batts has gained the admiration and respect of local officials and citizens for his untiring efforts in improving the lives of citizens in District 6. And whereas during his term in office, Councilman Batts has served as a member of the GWTA, Goldsboro Wayne Transportation Authority, Board of Directors. And whereas many projects have commenced and been completed by the city during Councilman Batts' year of service, including sewer rehabilitation and street resurfacing throughout the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Goldsboro, North Carolina, and the Mayor and City Council express to you, Greg Batts, on behalf of themselves, city employees, and the citizens of the City of Goldsboro, our appreciation and gratitude for your unselfish, devoted, and invaluable service and contributions rendered to the Council and to the City of Goldsboro in the many capacities in which you have served. Be it further resolved that we offer you our very best wishes for success, happiness, prosperity, and good health in your future endeavors. This resolution shall be incorporated into the official minutes of the City of Goldsboro and shall be in full force and effect from and after this 4th day of December 2023. Got anything else right on the first try tonight? If I may. All right. Next, we will move to a resolution. Thank you. Commending and expressing appreciation to Mr. Bill Broadway for serving as Goldsboro City Council member for 11 years. I'm sorry.
Please.
Let me get back up there.
Mayor Gay.
No, you're good. Yes. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution on Mr. Greg Batts?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Raise your hand. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Thank you for that correction, Ms. Goetz. Now moving to the next item, a resolution commending and expressing appreciation to Bill Broadway for serving as Goldsboro City Council member for 11 years. There we go. We progress from getting our lefts and rights to getting our first and seconds. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Resolution 2023-93. Resolution commending and expressing appreciation to William Broadway for serving on the Goldsboro City Council for more than 11 years. Whereas William Bill Broadway has served this community and the City of Goldsboro in numerous capacities, including 11 years and 4 months, but who's counting, as a member of the Goldsboro City Council, representing District 2 since August of 2012. And whereas these years of service have been marked by exemplary dedication to the best interest of the community, as he has worked constantly for the betterment of its economic, cultural, and aesthetic development. And whereas during these years of service, Councilman Broadway has gained the admiration and respect of local officials and citizens for his untiring efforts in improving the lives of citizens in District 2. And whereas during his term in office, Councilman Broadway has served 2 terms as Mayor Pro Tem, served as a member of the Military Liaison Committee, the W.A. Foster Committee, Waynesboro Park Commission, the Transportation Advisory Committee, Wayne County Development Alliance Board, Downtown Goldsboro Development Corporation Board, the Friends of Seymour Finance Committee, and the Intergovernmental Committee, and served as an ex officio member on the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission and the Goldsboro Municipal Golf Course Committee. Whereas many projects have commenced and been completed by the city during Councilman Broadway's years of service, including construction of the multi-sports complex, new fire and police complex, replacement of Fire Station Number 4, Center Street Streetscape Project Phase 2 and 3, the Hub, and the renovation of the T.C. Kohler Community Center, rehabilitation, and street resurfacing throughout the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Goldsboro, North Carolina, that the Mayor and City Council express to you, William Bill Broadway, on behalf of themselves, city employees, and the citizens of the City of Goldsboro, our appreciation and gratitude for your unselfish, devoted, and invaluable service and contributions rendered to the Council and the City of Goldsboro in the many capacities in which you have served. Be it further resolved that we offer you our very best wishes for success, happiness, prosperity, and good health in your future endeavors. This resolution shall be incorporated into the official minutes of the City of Goldsboro and shall be in full force and effect from and after this, the 4th day of December, 2023.
Thank you, sir.
Fair enough, fair enough. I learned my lesson. Council, is there a motion to adopt the resolution on Mr. Bill Broadway, on the resolution commending and expressing appreciation?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded to adopt the resolution. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed? Seeing only one, there you go. Motion passes. All right, now we will move to a resolution commending and expressing appreciation to former Mayor David Ham for serving as Goldsboro City Council member for 8 years. Resolution 2023-94, a resolution commending and expressing appreciation to David Ham for serving on the Goldsboro City Council for 8 years. Whereas David Ham has served this community and the city of Goldsboro in numerous capacities since December 2015, including nearly 6 years as a member of the Goldsboro City Council representing District 5, and was appointed as mayor in September of 2021. And whereas these years of service has been marked by exemplary dedication to the best interest of the community, as he has worked constantly for the betterment of its economic, cultural, and aesthetic development. And whereas during these years of service, Mayor Ham has gained the admiration and respect of local officials and citizens for his untiring efforts in improving the lives of citizens in District 5. And whereas during his term in office, Mayor Ham has served 2 terms as Mayor Pro Tem, served as a member of the Military Liaison Committee, the Transportation Advisory Committee, the Downtown Goldsboro Development Corporation Board, the Herman Park Center Committee, the Law and Finance Committee, the Friends of Seymour Finance Committee, the Intergovernmental Committee, and serve as an ex officio member of the Appearance Commission and the Goldsboro Tourism Council. And whereas many projects have commenced and been completed by the city during Mayor Ham's years of service, including construction of the multi-sports complex, the Center Street Streetscapes Project Phases 2 and 3, the Hub, the new police and fire complex, the renovation of the T.C. Coley Community Center, the renovation of Fire Station 4, sewer rehabilitation, and street resurfacing throughout the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Goldsboro, North Carolina, that the Mayor and the City Council express to you, David Ham, on behalf of themselves, city employees, and the citizens of the City of Goldsboro, our appreciation and gratitude for your unselfish, devoted, and invaluable service and contributions rendered to the Council and the City of Goldsboro in the many capacities in which you have served. Be it further resolved that we offer you our very best wishes for success, happiness, prosperity, and good health in your future endeavors. This resolution shall be incorporated into the official minutes of the City of Goldsboro and shall be in full force and effect from this and after this, the 4th day of December, 2023.
Thank you.
Mayor Ham, if you would, our city clerk would like to present you with something. Council, is there a motion to adopt the resolution regarding Mr. David Ham?
I make a motion.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and properly seconded regarding the resolution commending and expressing appreciation to Mr. David Ham. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, same sign. Seeing none, the motion passes. Thank you. The next item on our agenda, I think tonight deserves a little bit of extra decorum and a little bit of extra time. I know that it's going to be very meaningful. We move to mayor and city council member comments. If it's okay with council, unless y'all strongly object and do so visually and publicly, I'm going to reserve my comments for last. And if it's okay, I'll begin with Councilwoman Jones in District 1, and then we'll proceed to District Number 6 and Councilman White. Ms. Jones, when you're ready.
Yes. First, I would like to say that it was an honor and a pleasure to work on the council, to be a part of the council last year. I had great support from many council members, Mayor Ham, Broadway, and Batts, and Councilman Batts, that are now leaving. So that's why I'm giving them their flowers now, because they're leaving. I had others that were good support as well. But I want to thank you guys so much, because your support meant a lot to me. I researched, but what I didn't understand, you shared it, and you put it at a level where I understood. And I really appreciate that. And I will miss you. Secondly, I just want to send a shout out to my Continental sisters. Could y'all just stand? I know some had to leave, but I want to thank you so much for being here to support me, because these are some extremely busy ladies, and they took the time out, and they have stayed the whole time, and you just don't know how much that meant to me. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to thank my friend, Judge Carolyn Thompson, for driving all the way to Oxford to swear me in. That really meant a lot. She's a very busy lady. And I saw her sitting on the side, and she was doing like that. I says, oh, Lord, she's so tired. I'm going to make her stay with me. But she says no, so she had to leave. But that meant so much to me for her to come and do that. I did enjoy visiting the home of Colonel Till last evening at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. As you know, our base is a pillar of strength in the service to the nation in this community. And so I know that we as a council will continue to support the base. And then lastly, to this council, I look forward to working with each and every one of you. I know that we are going to do some really good things. And I know that there will be times that I won't always agree with you, and you won't agree with me. But I won't be angry after this meeting, because it's one thing my father always said: when two people are together and they agree all the time, then one is not necessary. So that's going to happen, but it doesn't mean that we won't remain and have our decorum and work together for the best of this city. I'm very honored and proud to be here, sitting in this seat, elected City Councilwoman Jones.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Tip.
Mayor. I wrote a bunch of stuff down, and then I got to looking at what things I'd wrote down, and I've already been told I have a tendency to ramble on, so I just tossed all that, and I just try to keep my comments brief. I said to myself, I do have 4 years to comment, so I can stretch a few things out. But I want to say I just honored, and I want the citizens of this city, and especially the citizens of District 2 that believed in me, voted for me, supported me, encouraged me. I want you to know that it's an honor and a privilege that I don't take lightly, serving in this position, and I look forward to serving. I want to make my constituents proud. I want to leave this city in a better place than I found it. That's been my goal since I started serving decades ago in various roles to make a difference. And I hope I can continue to do that for a few more years in a multitude of ways. And to echo one comment that Councilwoman Jones said, I have a special feeling in my heart already about this board of people that's sitting here, that's been elected. And I think together we're going to make a difference. I think we're going to do some things, and I hope that when it's all said and done with, that the city's proud of all of us. And forgive me, I'm trying not to be emotional. It just means a lot to me that this group gets some things done for this city. And I can't help but to think, from sitting here 18 of 20 years chairing the planning board in that center seat, I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say I thought a lot about our past Mayor Allen sitting in that seat, because I served alongside of him for a lot of years in a lot of different roles. So anyhow, that's that. I saw a handful of our county commissioners here, and we, of course, we had state representatives here, but I just want to publicly say, and I've said it, I'm not going to say anything I haven't already said along the way, but I just want the county to know that, of course, the city's in the county, but I want this board to have a relationship with the county. I want us to work together. I want us to get things done. I want everyone to be proud of the relationship that we'll forge, hopefully, with our county and our commissioners and those leaders, as well as our state leaders, and just really looking forward to being able to make a difference. And again, I think that you're going to be proud of this board and what we can accomplish together, and the way that I already feel about and have expressed about that. Lastly, there's a lot of things that I could talk about that I'd like to see done, but again, it's night number one. So I go back to the first thing that I keep saying, and I've said along the way, that's first in my mind, and that's the citizens of this city deserve to be safe in their homes, on the street, in whatever store they're shopping in. They deserve to be safe, and that has to be priority one. It's what I've said from the beginning. It's what I stand by now. And we have a lot of things to accomplish, and there are a lot of things that have to be addressed, and this board's going to do that. I see Chief West here in the room with us. I want you to know, as I've communicated before, that your department and every employee in this city, but your department has my full support. I'm pretty sure I speak for this board. Commend the job that you've done leading the department, and I would like to say to you, since you're here, if you will take your Plan A that you had previously put together, that we've talked about, and get with the staff and bring that Plan A get it on the agenda and bring it before this board, we'll get that done for you, and get that done for our city, and we'll get that done for our citizens, and we'll get the things that this city needs to feel safe, and we'll put things back in order. Our police department has to be functional. It has to be full. It needs help. It needs salary. It needs employees. We've got vacancies. I could go on. We all know the things that the police department needs to be able to provide to this city. And I look forward to being a part of the board that delivers what you and your officers need to make us safe and secure. And I thank you for everything you've done. That concludes my comments, Mayor.
Councilwoman? Councilwoman?
Okay, mine's going to be short and sweet. First, I would like to thank my family and my friends for all of their support of the last year while I was beginning this journey and throughout it all. I also want to thank my supporters and the residents of District 3 that voted for me and believed in me, making this dream of mine a reality. Next, I would like to say that I look forward to the next 4 years of growth. Growth for myself as an individual and as a councilwoman, growth as a unified city council working together, And last but of course not the least by any means, growth as a city working toward the common goal, and that is to make this city a place that we can be proud of, to call home for our families, our businesses, and for each other. And that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Before I get to some thank yous, I just kind of want to give a few District 4 updates. We are currently doing a District 4 Christmas decoration contest. So encouraging all the residents in District 4 to get really, really creative with your Christmas decorations this season. There will be judges who will choose 2 winners. Each winner will receive $50. So have fun. The judging will be on December 21st. Also want to encourage everyone in the district and citywide to follow Councilwoman Brandy Matthews' page. We're constantly updating about what's going on in the district, and we always invite you to come inside the district to join in our events and things that we have going on, and also to stay current with some city updates that's happening as well. I do have a really special guest in the room tonight, Mr. Nazir. He is a Job Plus teen at Lincoln Homes, and I had an opportunity to meet him, and he told me he was interested in politics. And I think the first thing I said was, "Kid, don't do it." But thank you to Nathaniel Dupree, who also works with Job Plus, for bringing him here and allowing him to experience this tonight. And Nazir, I hope you have visualized yourself in one of these seats, because it is possible for you. Okay. Well, I don't know why God chose me, but I'm sure glad that he did. I want to thank the district for believing in me yet again and allowing me to serve 4 more years. I will make you one promise, the same promise that I made you 4 years ago. I take great pride in this position, and I will do my absolute best by you. Thank you to everyone who helped get me here to this point. And thank you for everyone who participated in my swearing in tonight, particularly my parents and my brother. You would think I ain't done this before. Thank you to Bill, David, and Greg. I know that it wasn't easy all the time, but we survived and we got through it together. And I appreciate, and I have a great, deep appreciation and respect for each of you. So thank you. To those who sit to my right and to my left, what an honor it is to sit in these seats. Thank you for making the decision to serve in this capacity. It is no easy task, but one that is rewarding beyond measure. Thank you for believing in me and appointing me as Mayor Pro Tem to serve my own term. I appreciate that. And my hope is for us to support and respect one another, even in our differences, and to also prove that we are truly better together. Before I go, I do have to recognize some devastating divas that are in the room tonight. So thank you for being here, to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta, and I'll oop to that. All right. Good night, and thank you again.
First and foremost, before I thank anyone, I just want to give all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise to my God, because without him, I want to thank District 5 for helping to place me in this position. My commitment is to seek God for divine wisdom. We don't have all the answers, but we will seek him for wisdom. Also, I want to thank Representative Bell for coming out tonight for the oath of office, and I want to thank Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. It was roughly a few months ago that they allowed me to ride in an F-15E Strike Eagle. When I got the call, my first response was no. And then I thought, yeah, I'll do this. Everybody asked, how was the ride? I want you to know I threw up, I passed out, and it was incredible. It was incredible. But it was on that ride that my pilot, Feisty Tuma, she asked me, she said, I'm going to fly you down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, take you through some G's, do some flips, some rolls. And she says, when we came back from Myrtle Beach, she said, what would you like to do? She says, I will grant you that request if you'll tell me where you would like for me to fly you to. And I said, I have one request. I said, I would like for you to fly me over the city of Goldsboro and specifically down Center Street over City Hall. I said, I'm praying and I'm seeking God for wisdom as to if I should run for city council. And so she flew me, and so I want to blame all of this on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base and Colonel Till. No. I just want to thank her for that ride and for the opportunity. I also want to talk and specifically speak to every single city employee. I see so many of them in the room. I see Cindy Motzko, I see Kenny Touton, I see our police chief, our fire chief. I see all of you. And on behalf of this council, I want to say that you are seen, that you are heard. I saw how you guys were putting up the Christmas tree lights. You are valued. I passed by the guy this morning as he was emptying my trash in my neighborhood, and I rolled down my window and I said, you are loved. You are respected. And our desire is that this city, the city of Goldsboro, will see something different about this council. And so my commitment is, just like you said, sister, we won't always see eye to eye, but my commitment to you, Brandy, my commitment to you, Charles, my commitment to you, Jamie, Chris, I never knew all these years ago, my first job was a news reporter. I had hair that stretched from here to I-95. And one of my first interviews was with Chris. He was a police officer back then. My commitment to you, Chris, Miss Hiawatha, and my commitment to you, my brother, is that I will pray for you. I will diligently pray for you, and I will love you, I will honor you, and I will respect you as we all serve together on this council.
Well, first, giving honor to God, I'd like to thank Him for giving me the vision to run. This was part of my exit strategy as I retired from the military, to come home and to serve the people of Goldsboro. I do understand that I am a public servant, so I serve you. It's not the other way around, and I take that very seriously. To the outgoing council and mayor, thank you for your service to the city of Goldsboro. I sincerely mean that. To my mom, I'm an only child. And it's just my mama, right? So when people said that people who look like me should die at 25 and the life expectancy at 25, I want to share to everybody that if you trust in God and you got a parent that believes in you, all things are possible. So Mom, I thank you for your love and your support. I thank you for the discipline, the things that you would probably go to jail for today. But I do thank you for it. To everyone who supported me in District 6 and believed in my vision, in my dream. To my main man, Steve, who I think knocked on every door in District 6 and walked every street in District 6 and did not miss a day when the polls were open. So I thank you, my brother. To my council members, I look forward to working with you. I sincerely think that we can move Goldsboro forward as we keep an open mind and just know that disagreement means that we're working towards a goal. Amen. And I'd just like to thank everybody here who came out and supported me. Thank you.
When you're trying to pull together the comments that you're going to say. I'm glad to know that there's 6 people up here who are better at it than me, because you start trying to put together thoughts. You're going to say something kind of silly, or you're going to say something really serious, or you're going to have the mental capacity in the moment to say anything if you write it down and actually recite it. And while we've been up here, I've balled up the actual thing that I said I was going to say. And I just want to emphasize that tonight, this was a room full of people with desires and dreams and aspirations that care about this city. Are there any elected officials other than city council left in the room? I see John poking out over there. He won't leave, I guess. Where? And Judge Bland. I know I at least saw 2 county commissioners. I know I saw Freeman Hardison. I know I saw Joe Daughtry. Was there anybody else from the county commissioners? I know I saw county manager Chip Crumbler. I know that I saw clerk of court Julie. I know I saw at least from the Board of Education, Fote and Sanders and West. And I'm probably missing some guys. So my point is that there's interest and desire and need to see Goldsboro operating at its fullest potential. And it's to not belabor the points that my more eloquent council mates have already put out there. I will simply say that we're committed to doing that for you. This is not about me, my ego. I think you've heard from them. It's not about self-promotion. It's about trying to do something for this city and put it in better hands when our turn is passed. We had 3 phenomenal examples that were here for us tonight to see, whether it's for a short window of time or a quite long period of time. The blueprint's there. Rise to the challenge, do something with it, and we're all going to be better for it. So that concludes my comments. I believe, is there any other comment from the council?
I just wanted to apologize because my pastor and his wife were here. And you know, when you start thanking everybody, you're going to forget somebody. And I am very thankful that they took the time to come, and they got a bedtime schedule for their little one, and so they left. But I really appreciate them for taking the time to come out, and everybody that voted for me. And number one, honor to my God, because I know I'm here in this seat because of how he touched my constituents to come out and vote for me. And I will never, ever not give honor to God.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to say that.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Manager, is there anything further?
No, sir.
Ms. Getz, is there anything further? Closed session was handled at the end of the work session, so those following along on the agenda, that has already been resolved. Do we need a motion for adjourn, or do I just get to smack this thing?